Hi guys, welcome to ASMR SLK channel. Thank you for watching. Today different video. We are in my kitchen for the first time, full face, full volume voice, at least in the preview. My favorite t-shirt is on. So let's cook some pasta. Yes, for who doesn't know, I was born in Italy. I lived in Italy for more than 30 years and then I moved here in the US. Right now I am in Orange County, California. I'm still working in the food industry, so I decided in this ASMR video to share with you some knowledge I have about food. So we're gonna cook some Italian style pasta, something that is very easy to prepare, but is gonna impress for sure your friends when they come over for dinner. Okay, let's go. Okay guys, let's start. So right now I'm gonna present you the tools you're gonna need to make the pasta. In this case I'm trying to use anything is easy to find in your own kitchen. So these are pans that usually you have at home, but if you don't have it, I did already a search, so I'm gonna post the links in the description so you can easily get it. Anyways, these pans and these tools, you can use it for any food cooking, okay? So this one I have with me from a long time. This pan has a glass cover, which is useful because you can cook, you can see the food while it's cooking. And the cover is glass, temperature resistant. Make a nice sound. This pan, I have from a while, you can see some scratch. I cooked a lot of dishes with this pan. I love it. When you get a pan, especially in general for food, but especially to cook sauces for pasta, recommend the pans. They have this stuff that does not touch the food when it gets hot. It's very easier to cook. Obviously you can cook anything with this pan, but for the sauce, especially for what we do right now, it's perfect. Okay. Second pan you're gonna need is the pan for the pasta. The pan for the pasta, it can be, any kind, but obviously we're cooking today for 4 to 6 people, so this is the pan you're gonna need for the boiling the water for the pasta. This one is the cover, which is very important. The cover is useful to make the water boil faster. Little trick: when you put the water on the fire, put right away salt. Salt is gonna make the water boil faster. Also, this pan is made in a way that food is not gonna touch, so it's gonna be easier to clean. this pen. I think both these pens, this one and the one for the sauce, they are made in aluminum. And they sound so good. Then you're gonna need the most important tool, almost. In Italian it's called scola pasta. Scola pasta. And here it's called the trainer. I always love the metal one. First of all for the sounds. Also because the metal one is easy to clean, and for an healthy environment in your home kitchen is very important stuff that is easy to clean. Well, I'm gonna give you tips for how to keep safe the tools and the food in the kitchen. I can see from my friend there is a lot of things, and sometimes they do things that are potentially dangerous for their health. Anyways, scola pasta. And a few tools that are gonna make your life easier. Always we need a nice knife with a nice edge. Doesn't have to be a lightsaber, but it needs to be a nice knife that cuts easy. More the knife is a file here, the nice edge, better cuts, less dangerous for your hands. And there is an important saying that says use the right tool for the right work, for the right job. It is very important. I learned that lesson a long time ago. So this knife is perfect for cutting vegetables and also meat and frozen meat. Then I'll show you. A wood spoon, which is probably very common in kitchens. And this one. Now this one is a nice tool that you're gonna use when you cook the tomato sauce. If you use pelati, I'm gonna show you what is pelati, the tomatoes. When you put it in the pan, it's very useful to squash it without make too much mess. So the tomato is gonna break a smash and release all the sauce and all the juice that you need in your sauce. Very cheap. And then you need a surface where to cut your stuff. Very important when you cut meat on this wood board or plastic board, always wash it before to cut other stuff. The raw meat, the raw chicken is potentially dangerous. It's not dangerous when you eat it because it's cooked, but bacteria lives in the proteins and they reproduce themselves in proteins. So if you cut meat here, wash it with hot water and some soap. Very important, hot water is the only way to make sure the bacteria dies. Not even cold. When you frozen something, some food, is not gonna stop bacteria from reproducing. It's just gonna slow them down. The only way to kill bacteria, most of them, is temperature, high temperature. Very important to know. So we're gonna cut first vegetables, then we're gonna wash it, and then we're gonna cut the meat, and then we're gonna wash it. Okay? If you have 2 or 3 of these, it's a perfect way to go faster. In restaurant they use plastic ones, but they have the white one for cheese, the green one for vegetables, and other colors. I think it's yellow for meat, so they know, or they don't cross-contaminate the food, because bacteria, when you cut the meat, they go on the knife. If you don't wash the knife and then you cut vegetables, you're gonna cross-contaminate the vegetables. So everything, another kind of meat. So you need also wash every tools with hot water. Even the knife should be washed with cold water to don't ruin the blade. Okay, these are the ingredients you need. Italian cuisine is pretty simple, and the simple dishes are always the best. We're cooking pasta, so we're gonna need pasta. In this case, I have penne rigate. We're gonna do short pasta. Any brand is kind of fine, but try to get the Italian one. Usually the best, and also comes from my region in Italy, is De Cecco. D-E-C-E-C-C-O. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's amazing pasta. Also Barilla, it's good. This one is from Trader Joe's. I tasted. It's an Italian brand too, and it works very well. So penne rigate. Rigate means the penne they are not smooth. So they, with the lines they have, and I'm gonna show you later when we cook, they're gonna keep more the sauce. Then you need a zucchini, a carrots. If you have a big one like this one, you can choose 2 smaller. Spinach, and the spinach you can change those with arugula. Italian kitchen is always about balancing sweet and bitter. So zucchini are pretty sweet, cooked are pretty sweet. So we balance it with spinach, but you can balance it also with arugula, especially if you use another kind of protein. We are gonna use chicken right now. These are breast chicken frozen, and you can use this one. I'm gonna show you how to cut it. One of the best way to defrozen food in the safe and healthy way is doing faster. So microwave for this job is perfect. You don't have to defrost all the chicken, just 30 seconds or 1 minute, depends on what temperature. If they are very tough, 1 minute, 30 seconds, and then 30 seconds again. It's gonna make the meat not too soft, but not too hard. It's gonna be easy to cut it, and it's gonna finish to defrozen in the pan while it's cooking, which is the best way, because the time that it's gonna take to defrost this chicken, it could be 2 hours. It's gonna make bacteria grow. So faster you defrozen, healthier and safer is this. Then we have 1 garlic, and I wanna destroy a meat, especially here in US. in general about Italian cuisine. We do not use a lot of garlic. I'm cooking for 4-6 people. I'm gonna use one garlic, only one. And then I will take it off when it's done. I don't eat garlic and I don't eat onions. We're gonna use also onions in this case. If you're allergic or you don't wanna use it, you can avoid this too, because we're gonna use white wine, which is at the end is gonna result very similar to this too. Okay, so these are not mandatory. Even in Italian cuisine, they're super common. And then also we're gonna use olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. When you buy olive oil, be sure it's extra virgin. Extra virgin means the process is the better process to create olive oil. And it's a little bit expensive, olive oil, you know, but especially if you get Italian brands, they are perfect for cooking. So, okay. Then we're gonna use white wine. You can get a cheap one. It's gonna do the job, because we need just the taste, not the alcohol. So I'm gonna show you how it works. Salt, sea salt. Here in US, it's very difficult to find we call in Italy sale grosso, which means the big salt, not the tiny grounded salt, the big salt. So even you use this one, the tiny one, it's fine, but be safe, be sure about the quantity you're gonna use. Always put a little bit less while cooking, so you can add at the end. Then we're gonna use a can of tomato. In this case are San Marzano, which are to me the best for pomodoro pasta with tomato sauce. We call pelati in Italy. This one is also from Italy. All the stuff you can find it in different supermarket, Trader Joe's, Ralph's, almost everywhere. Bristol Farm. And then at the end, I like, in general Italians, we like spicy. This is a product that actually I kind of know the owner of this product. It is very good. This is not Italian, this is American. Anyways, this product is pretty good. I tasted few here, and you can find it on Amazon. I'm gonna put the link, and also in a different supermarket. And if you can, here is not easy to find the peperoncino, the green small one or the red small one, like similar to jalapeno. You can use jalapeno too. Be careful about the quantity, obviously. I will show you, but they works. You can avoid this one if you're allergic or if you don't like spicy food. Okay, let's go forward and transform these beautiful ingredients in a super nice pasta. Carrots. Just cut it in small discs. Watch out how you cut. This is the position to cut. So the knife is gonna touch your knuckles here, and you're not gonna cut your finger.
even you cut the food, better, more even and better is gonna cook it. So the time is gonna be always that one. There is no differences in cooking the big piece and the small pieces. All of it is gonna be cooked in the same way. This part you don't need it. And what I do to be easier, I cut longitudinal like this, and then I turn around, keep it together, and cut it in 4, and then I'll cut the same. Always be careful because they opens at the end and you have to keep it together, but don't cut your fingers because these blades are pretty sharp. Onions. We don't need a lot of onions. We're going to use just for the smell and for the taste. So what we do, we cut a small part like this. Done. You peel it and you divide the layers. Then, if you like me, you don't need it, you leave it like this. Otherwise, you can cut it thinner and leave it, because this one can be in the sauce, okay? The garlic, just peel it. Important, take it off all the skin, and you leave it like this, full, and take it off the grains. Keep it like this, you don't need, here, you don't need to smash it or cut it in small pieces. If you like it, yes, you can do it, but in this case, because the garlic roasts very fast, I'll keep it like this. I roast it a little bit and then I'll take it off because I cannot eat it. I mean, I really don't like it. But if you like it, you can cut small pieces and leave it in the sauce. But watch out because this is gonna burn fast. Let's go with the chicken. Okay, now that the vegetables are cut, I wash the board and I wash the knife too. Let's go with the chicken. Okay, the chicken, first thing, I'm gonna put in the microwave for 30 seconds. Okay, after the microwave, they're like this, hard, but not too much. Okay, they don't have to become white, otherwise you're cooking in the microwave. That's not what we want. What we want is 30 seconds in the microwave, so the toughness of the ice is gonna go away and it's easy to cut. Obviously, I wash the board and I wash the knife before to use the protein. And then you're gonna wash also your hands because you touch the raw chicken. And your knife again because you're touching your knife. Small, cutting in small pieces. See, it's easy to cut. Not too small, just like this. Obviously, this quantity is for 4 to 6 people, because one package of pasta, we're gonna cook all the package. It's usually for 4 people in Italy, but you can use it for 5 or even 6. this is to be, what I'm doing is to be faster, because that's why I keep it a little bit frozen. Otherwise you should cut always in this way with a knife, using the blade, and the cut is nice and clean. But because it's still a little bit frozen, I can cut it like vegetables. Obviously this is not valid for beef or veal. You always use all your blade, okay? Because you don't frozen beef or veal usually. You buy fresh and you cook it the same day or the day after. Also, I want to explain to you that the same pasta, the same process is with sausage, beef and veal. You cut it in the same way, and then you cook it. The only difference between sausage and beef and veal to make the sauce is the time difference of the cooking. Sausage cooks very fast, chicken medium fast, and beef and veal that takes more time. That's why the ragu takes a lot of hours to cook. But in this case we're doing something amazing, very good, but pretty fast, okay? Let's go and start cooking.
melts away.
Okay guys, pasta is ready. Buon appetito. Let's try. It should be pretty good. Very good. It's spicy to the right point. By the way, you can put cheese, Parmesan cheese at the end. I don't like it, so it's my only taste, but Parmesan cheese is exquisite on the pasta. You can dose more salt or more spicy at the end before to serve it, or as soon you serve it. It depends from your tastes. Now, when I'm finished, I'm gonna give you some recommendation. Something that you never do and something you always have to do. Okay? Buon appetito. Okay, guys, we cooked the food, we cooked the pasta, and at least I ate it. And now it's time for recommendation. This part will be in the end of the video, so you can skip it. I want to talk about safety in the kitchen, because when you cook for yourself, you cook for your wife, your kids, your family in general. You can cook for your friends, and you want to keep them safe. About food, there is very different. I try to be clear because my English is so perfect that sometimes people doesn't understand me. So there is a different culture between Italy, where I come from, and US about food. In Italy, everything is smaller. You know, your neighborhood is very small. You know the guy that gives you meat, that sells you meat, and you know that because you're friend with him, he's gonna check for you the meat is given to you, and or you know the farmer that gives you fruits or salads or anything. Here in America, it's different. The food comes from huge companies, is handled from thousands, probably hundreds, but probably thousands of hands. It takes a lot of time between the producing to bringing to the storages, huge storages, and then to the stores where you're gonna go to buy it. And for example, you go to one of the store to buy food. You buy, let's say the most dangerous ones are like proteins, meat, and you get the meat from the shelf. As you see, I'm not doing SMR right now because it's very important. So you pick it up the meat from the shelf, and then you put it in the cart. You go around, you buy other stuff, and then you go to the cash for the cash out. You do the line, and then you go out. You bring the cart in the car. Especially here in California, I'm in Newport Beach, California, and then you bring the car to the car. You load the car, usually the trunk, which is already hot because the sun in California, and then you drive home, which can be between 10 minutes, but could be an hour and a half with the traffic here. And so you get home, and the meat is not anymore at the temperature when you got the meat from the shelf, from the refrigerator. So you get home, and you have to bring it right away in the refrigerator to bring it back at the lower temperature. And this is one of the things that happens. It can happen also with cooked food. When you go to pick it up food already ready from the restaurant, this traveling is gonna lower down the temperature of your food. And what is the danger about that? The danger about that is that I'm a certified food handler because I work in the food industry for almost 15 years here in the US. I work still work in a restaurant here in Newport Beach, and I'm trying to share with you some knowledge of few rules that are gonna make safer your cooking, your kitchen, your house in general, and I will
probably record and shoot more videos with more details. But right now I'm gonna give you some safety rules. So first of all, as soon as you get home, bring the food in the refrigerator. Actually, before that, it would be always good wash salads, fruits, anything you can. Wash it before to put it in the refrigerator, or at least wash it like the zucchini and the carrots we cooked before. I washed it before I would cut in it. Very important because okay, the food here, especially in US, with all the distances and the huge storage houses, and it takes a lot of people touch it. You never know where they have been, and the truck they can be dirty. And I don't want to scare you, but a few small rules I'm gonna give you right now are gonna help you uh, to be more safe in the cooking and at home for your family. So what happens is the bacteria, the virus in general, they live and they reproduce, especially in a certain range of temperature, which is the regular temperature, the one we live every day, up from 42 degrees Fahrenheit up to about 90 degrees. That's the temperature range. I'm gonna give you the details in other videos exactly, but just to make you understand, this is the range where they grow up very fast, reproduce very fast. And the other thing you can take control about this problem is time. These bacteria, they reproduce at this range of temperature, and between 2 and 4 hours being in this temperature, they reproduce very exponentially, which means if you keep for example, we just cooked pasta. I ate the pasta, and all the leftover, because it was a big pan prepared for me, my wife, and probably some friends that are coming over, which is 4 or 5 people, is still there on the stove after it. Now, what you do is you finish it, you bring the dishes in the kitchen, and you touch the pan. If it's hot enough that you don't burn yourself, you pick it up, you put it in the refrigerator right away, before 2 hours. If you have a leftover from the night before and there was a party, and the leftover remains in the kitchen for all night, or at least 2 hours, that food, or more than 2 hours, the food is not good anymore. Because between 2 hours and 4 hours, these bacteria and viruses, they reproduce crazily. They can release toxins, and the food, even you reheat it, is not good anymore. So please throw it away. Instead, if you put it in the refrigerator is gonna bring the temperature back down under the 35 degrees, under 41 actually should be at least, but under 41 degrees, which means that the growth of this bacteria is slowed down. Because one thing you have to know, cold, even you freeze food, is not gonna kill bacteria and viruses. It's gonna just slow down their activities. The only thing that kills bacteria and viruses is temperature, or at least most of them. So that's why you cook food, because you bring the temperature of the food very high with the flame. When it's boiling, that's what you're boiling water, you're boiling milk, that's why. And the food becomes safe. Now, the dangerous area is between these 2 and 4 or more hours in this regular environment temperature. So be careful on that and try to keep it or lower in the refrigerator, or reheat the food very well, so the temperature is going to be high enough that it's going to be safe. This is very important. And another suggestion is, when you bring home salads, zucchini, you saw zucchini and carrots we cooked before, you have to wash it very well, because you never know, touch it, you never know where they've been, because you cannot follow the traveling on the food from the producing farm to your store. It can be miles, thousands of miles, it can be hours and days, and they can be stored in places that you don't like, or anybody would like. And even the health department here, especially in US and in California especially, is very tough. So there is a lot of rules. In the restaurant you have a lot of rules. I told you a few while I was cooking. and especially if you go to eat raw food like sushi, they are very controlled. So usually in general you're safe, but it's always better. For example, Italians, they really don't eat raw food. There is a case we call crudo. It's about fish, and it's not even in the small spots that we know they are kind of safe. Even there, they are not doing anymore because there is too much ocean poisoning, and it's not anymore safe. Like mussel, clams, or riccio di mare, this kind of stuff, you used to call in Italy crudo, and it's like sushi practically, but it's in a real form. It's not rolls. It's just you open the mussel, you put lemon, and you eat it. It's amazing. It's pretty super good, but it was like that before. It's not anymore because there is too much poison in the water. So except few spots in Italy, especially in southern of Italy, then maybe it's clean and they still doing it. It's not anymore a food, a common food. Everything is cooked, and also we cooked a lot more vegetables in Italy. Here in America, they put in the water 2 minutes and they get out. If you cook it. So you want the vegetables not crunchy like here, but in Italy we eat it like to be soft because it's safer also. And also when it's softer, it's better for mixing with other food. It's better to put spices, better to put spices, to put olive oil and condiments. Okay, just trying to give you an help with my small knowledge that I have about food and about safety. So be careful. Thank you for watching this video. Please like it if you like it, and share it with your friends so they can be safe too. Thank you so much for watching.